What's happening, everybody? Hope everybody's having a good lunch. If you are having lunch or if you're on the West Coast, whatever. It's breakfast time, late breakfast. I don't know. So, like this video, share this video, do all things with this video. It's time for the Daily Truth. Today's not going to be this hardcore message. Today is going to be a little participation. If anybody is around during lunch, jump on. And while you're around, I want you to go Google and find a quote. So this is what we do on my Wednesday night speaking class, the workshop that's just fun. I call it Toastmasters on steroids. I've got some quotes that I will take just in case I don't have anybody jump on, because again, this is a random time. Usually I do 8 a.m. or lately I've had a couple that I do in the evening. But tonight at 6 p.m. Central Time, we do have the speaking class that I do, the speaking workshop, doubledownspeaking.com, where we come in and I talk a little bit about speaking. I give why speaking is so important. Then ultimately we warm up. We do a little warm up so we all get to learn to use our voices. What's going on, Dawn? Dawn, I see your comment. You got to find me a quote. I've got some quotes again. Find me a good quote that you want me to translate. Today is quote day. Today is an example of what we do in that speaking class that everybody does. You come on with your camera on. We all participate and we work on becoming a better speaker. It is a free class. So all you got to do is go to doubledownstrategy.com. It's very simple how it works. So for this, we introduce ourselves in the class, and then we go on to the way you get better at using your voices by practicing, by doing little things and seeing how fast the brain works. So I will, for example, take this quote, which I don't know if I don't do the ones where I could drag and drop unless I see a quote. Come in the chat box if you've got a quote for me to give my 30-second translation on said quote and see how fast the brain can work. Let's see. Let me find one. If I don't see somebody putting a quote up there, what's a good? Let's go grab this. That's a good one on failure. I do like talking about failure, so I'm going to use Edison. Edison's quote right here says, and it's not the one that most people talk about. I've not failed or succeeded 1,000 times. I've learned how to, whatever. Here's the one from Edison, and this is an example. Many of life's failures, and maybe this can motivate you today. Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. In this world, especially from somebody that's been an entrepreneur, I can actually give a personal experience of right before my first successful business came to be. I remember talking to my aunt at the time, God rest her soul, she has passed on, and saying, I need to find a way to make money, because at the time I had a $100,000 business loan on a business that was completely failing. And I was continuing to try, and I almost gave up to take a different job. And when it turned out, I ended up starting a different company within a month of that actual interaction that also did not succeed right away. It took a year and a half for me to go out on my own, separate from my business partner, and do my own thing to create a business that created 7 figures of revenue year after year after year, and made me able to buy a home for my mom, buy a home for myself, all these different things. But if I would have given up, that would have been the ultimate failure, because I can tell you at that time I was failing like a son of a bitch. And then I found a way to find success because I did not quit. That's how you take a quote. That's how you spin it. You could use a personal story, however you want to do it. That's the quote I chose. I'll wait. If anybody wants to put something in the box, I will do that one. There's another one that I can't drag. Let's see. I like it, so I'm going to use it. Actually, I'll type it. I'll type it in here. The way I see it, if you want the rainbow, you gotta put up with the rain. It's a Dolly Parton quote. Here's this one. So I'll take this. Again, feel free to put a quote in the box. This is what we do on our Wednesday night speaking workshop with Double Down Speaking. The way, is it not going up there? Where is it? I just typed it. I hit enter and it's not there. I'm just going to say it. The way I see it, if you want the rainbow, you got to put up with the rain. I'm very weird that didn't show up. So in life, we all talk about how beautiful rainbows are. And it's like after a big rainstorm, and God knows what's about to happen to Florida right now. And I really don't want to imagine that. But with that said, in life, if you want to see something beautiful like the rainbow, you have to remember what got there. If you want the science, I'm not going to give it to you now, but the science of why you see the prism of colors and why you see the rainbow after a rainstorm, based on the level of humidity and based on the precipitation in the air and what has just happened, and the way that it rises up from the ground because of what had just happened before it, which was a rainstorm, keyword being storm. When there is that storm that creates that that precipitation and the struggle that comes from the rain and the darkness that comes from the storm, ultimately at the end, That's where that rainbow is formed. And if you are not willing to put yourself through that storm, then you'll never have a chance to see the beauty of the rainbow. It's a couple quotes. Again, that is what we do on the Wednesday night speaking course. I believe using your voice is one of the most important things you could possibly do. If you have not been to one of these classes, one of these courses, one of these free workshops, I will give why I got to the place where it was so important for me to start using my voice. One of the things I realized how much it can change your life, how properly using your voice can strategically change all the different things you are going through in your life. It can make you better at sales, make you better at business, make you better in relationships, make you better at communication. Communication is the fruit and key to everything that is that propels us forward in life and makes us happier. It also gets rid of limiting beliefs. When you know that you have the confidence and the ability to use your voice, guess what? Everything starts to become easier. Your voice is your most dangerous weapon, unless you're a boxer, and then it's these things. All right. Anybody else? By else, I haven't seen a quote yet. Somebody put a quote in the chat box. I want to do one person's quote from somebody else. I feel like there's something because my comment didn't come up. Check one, check two. Give me a quote. Why are no comments coming up? Even the one I just posted not coming up. Very weird. I wonder if people are posting. Let me go ahead and see. I will go online first on my phone to see if there's any comments that I'm not seeing because it seems like something is awry. Let's see. Bum bum bum. I'm gonna go to my personal one. Let's see if there's quotes. I don't even see them. I'm sorry. They're not showing up on the StreamYard. Shame on you, StreamYard. All right. So I see one from Don. I see you, Don. Okay. So Don, I can't even post it. I can't show it, but let's do it. It says, it takes courage to be kind. Maya Angelou. That's the quote. And again, I don't know why comments are not showing on my end. I apologize. So it takes courage to be kind is a Maya Angelou quote. And you know what? In the political climate in the world we live in, where we all are so opposed at how we have our belief systems, whether we believe one news or the other news, somewhere in the middle, we're all human beings. And in order to feel empathetic towards people that we actually connect with, and I don't mean empathetic towards, this group or this group or this group. I mean the person that we're having a conversation with. It takes a lot of courage because when you step out of the box of your political party or your social class, all of a sudden, being able to show that empathy for what somebody is deemed as something hateful or wrong makes you at risk. It exposes you. And being willing to take that step to be kind to somebody takes a lot of courage. I can tell you that. I have these conversations all the time with people that are politically different than I am. I had a conversation with somebody that was Muslim that grew up in Morocco, and we just a couple days ago, and we really talked about the similarities and the differences between the Quran and the Bible and Judaism. Having that kind of conversation, open-mindedness, and being kind to the fact that I don't understand everything about the other religion or the other perspective. That kindness that I showed him and that he showed me, and that patience, it takes a lot of courage. That kind of courage is what changes the world. All right. I see that quote. Let me see if there's any other ones, and then I will wrap up. Let's see what we've got. I will go to the other page that usually has a little bit more viewers. Again, I apologize that I can't see the quotes. It's tough to do quote day when nothing pops up on the StreamYard. Let's see what else we've got. Going to this. I'm live here. There's 3 comments. I bet there's a quote in there. Nope, these are my quotes. These are the only ones that showed up. So the ones that I don't even see did show up here. So that's it. All right. I would say any other quotes, but I can't even see them. So I've got 27 people watching. I feel guilty because I can't see what everybody's posting or where it's coming from. So I guess we'll have to try it another time. But I did a couple of my quotes. I did one of those. If you'd like to be a part of something like this where you get to have quotes and we get to have fun and critique and do different things, some of the tips and tricks that I've learned over the years, like when it comes to trying to think of something or taking a pause or utilizing one's voice or figuring out what you're going to say next. You use tips and tricks like looking off to the side, thinking about something, and then reconnecting with the person you're talking to or reconnecting with the camera. That's some of the things that we talk about. We have a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun. So join me tonight, doubledownspeaking.com. It is a free workshop with me. It'll be a good time. If you'd like, please join me. Doubledownspeaking.com, free to register. If you can't make it tonight, you can register for next week's. Hopefully, I will see you then. God bless. Have a great rest of your day. Don't surrender your pets. Don't be a garbage human being. And praying for everybody. I see this comment, Casey. I can't even put it up on the screen. Something's going on with StreamYard. I see your comment on my X. I only see two things. Very weird. Also pray for everybody in the path of Milton. We've got a lot of friends and a lot of followers and a lot of people that are out there. What's that? And pray for Kelly. God knows she could use it as well. Take it easy, guys. God bless.